Hi, my name is Rachelle Goddard. I am now 29 years old. When I was 9 years old, I was in a house fire. So we had bunk beds, and my mom had a space heater plugged into an extension cord. The space heater was too strong for the extension cord. It caught fire into the wall, went up the wall, and went around my top bunk. My little sister was sleeping in the bottom bunk, and my toddler sister was sleeping in a toddler bed next to us. My cat actually jumped through the flames and woke me up. I had cat scratches down my back. My little sister on the bottom had cat scratches on her face from when the cat woke her up. I remember my mom running in there, and she knocked over the heater and screaming, telling me to jump. I had the cat in my hand, and I jumped through the flames at 9 years old. We ran through the snow. It was about knee deep when I was that age, to my grandma's house, which was next door, and they called 911. The first thing I remember is a police officer coming, and he got a little damp towel and stuck it on my hands and my face and my shoulder and my legs. And I remember thinking, why is he sticking this on my hands? I can't even feel anything. It doesn't hurt at all. It just hurts my face. Well, come to find out, I had third-degree burns on my hands, second degree on my face, shoulder, and leg. That's why I couldn't feel my hands burning so bad, because they were third degree. I could barely feel them at all. I found out here recently that the paramedic that actually took me out of the house and helped save me, I work with her now. And she had always remembered me. She says that was one of the toughest cases she's ever been on. So it's nice just to see how small the world this is, and need to meet her and hear parts of my story I didn't even remember from her. So I was treated at our hospital in Coffeyville, Kansas, and they knew right off that they wouldn't be able to treat me there for the burns. I was going to be life flighted, but we had a huge snowstorm, so the helicopter could not leave. So they decided to take me by ambulance to Hillcrest here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When I got here, I was put under. I don't remember much of anything. I do remember when I was under, I felt like I was waking up. I saw a huge bright light, and this huge hand grabbed my left hand. And then I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I just felt like I was in a big foam pillow, pretty much. I remember my brother being there, my dad hadn't seen in years, my mom, my stepdad, and everyone just saying how lucky I was, and I was still kind of out of it, not really remembering anything. So when I woke up finally, I told my mom about the experience I had with my hand and the light, and she and I believe that it was God just touching me, and that hand is actually less burned and less scarred than the other one. So I spent 7 days in Hillcrest Hospital, and I was treated for and loved it there. Still, people that work there are some of my best friends now, Jennifer Knowlton and Wendy. And then after that, they told my mom about this camp for burn survivors. And I went when I was 9 years old, and I absolutely loved it. Now I have the pleasure of helping run it. I'm the new public relations director for the e-board. I think it's important just to know that just the little things that you don't think about could easily burn you. Like my mom, we were in a house, and she was just trying to give her kids heat, and the space heater wasn't the correct cord. So make sure you're always checking things to make sure it's the correct amp and everything like that. We have several children that have been burned just from ramen noodles. These things you would never think about that could burn you could. So like always check your smoke detectors. Last thing you want is a house fire and your child or yourself to be scarred. My children are 9, 6, and 3, and we practice fire safety all the time. I will push the alarm randomly on our smoke detector and have them practice going outside and waiting on the sidewalk, just from my personal experience. My mom always likes to say, right before a house fire, she had a nightmare that our house caught on fire. And so we actually had practiced the fire drill and where we'd go maybe a week before a house fire. And that probably helped save our lives, because we knew right to go to my grandma's house next door, and my sisters went straight over there without even my mom helping. So just to have that plan in action and to actually practice it. It was very hard at first. I have had this conversation with several people just in the position that I am. It takes time. You have to learn your story. You have to accept your scars. Some are worse than others, some are not. I got made fun of when I was a kid. It happens. It hurts. But you move forward, and it just becomes part of you. You take full advantage of that. I would not have the opportunities that I have if it wasn't for my burns. And just tell your story. get pride in your story. So Bird Camp is a 5-day camp. It's completely free for our children. It's all a volunteer basis, so we have a 1-to-1 ratio for a camper and counselor. We plan different activities. We have Fish Day, where we take campers out on boats and we do a fishing tournament. We do swimming pool activities. We've done horseback riding in the past. It's just a place where we get together, and everyone has scars on the inside, outside, but this time you see actually people with scars that are just like yours. So it makes you feel at home and comfortable and telling your story. So just a place to be free. Just keep pushing through. Sometimes the rough parts in our lives are there for a reason. I have severe anxiety, and I never thought I would be in the position that I am at camp, but I pushed through because of my burns and my scars. I've met some amazing people, some that are my best friends, and I would never imagine life without them. And sometimes our worst events in our life turn out to be there for a reason and the best part that could have ever happened to you. So Bird Camp is a 5-day camp. It's completely free for our children. It's all a volunteer basis, so we have a 1-to-1 ratio for a camper and counselor. We plan different activities. We have Fish Day, where we take campers out on boats and we do a fishing tournament. We do swimming pool activities. We've done horseback riding in the past. It's just a place where we get together, and everyone has scars on the inside, outside, but this time you see actually people with scars that are just like yours. So it makes you feel at home and comfortable and telling your story. So just a place to be free. Just keep pushing through. Sometimes the rough parts in our lives are there for a reason. I have severe anxiety, and I never thought I would be in the position that I am at camp, but I pushed through because of my burns and my scars. I've met some amazing people, some that are my best friends, and I would never imagine life without them. And sometimes our worst events in our life turn out to be there for a reason and the best part that could have ever happened to you.